Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajiana for those of you who don't know me. I also go by AJ and it has been a really long time. A really long time since I last posted like a real video, probably I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago since I posted a video. But I'm hoping this is the video that I come back to posting a bit more frequently. YouTube has always been one of those things since I was a little girl that I've always wanted to do, and at some point it just got very scary, but I'm hoping that I'm back and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I actually got married last year, which was very quick. We got engaged in 2024, got married 2025, and we're coming up on a year at the end of August. Like, it's so crazy how time just flies by. And yeah, it's just been, honestly, it's been a whirlwind to think that it's been almost a year. It's actually so crazy the more that I think about it. But it's been a year. Married my best friend. You guys have seen him. He's been in old videos. Same guy. Love him if he's watching this video. And we knew we didn't want to be engaged for super long, so the wedding just like, it didn't fly by. I will say I did all of the planning. If I had to get married again, which I will not be getting married again, but if I had to, things would probably look a lot different. For anybody who is planning a wedding or getting married, I definitely recommend that you take time to understand what both you and your partner want, and just remove all the outside voices, outside opinions. Focus on what you want, whether that's to get eloped, a huge wedding, a small intimate wedding, um, destination wedding. Like, definitely think about like what's most important for you all, and don't worry about outside factors. People will be fine. People will be fine. I've been in New York now for about 6 years, which is also so crazy to think about, that I've been here for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years at the end of June, which we're in June right now. So yeah, it's just so bizarre to me that I've been here for 6 years. Love New York. Will it be forever? Guess you gotta stay tuned for that. But thankful to have this apartment, thankful for the community that we built, thankful for the people that we do have here that we can rely on. So it's been fun. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been fun. Some other updates, I would say, oh, I cut my hair. That's probably obvious. I cut my hair. This is actually kind of sort of recent. I always wanted to cut my hair. I've had a bob before, actually right before COVID happened. That was short-lived, clearly. And I've actually done like shorter before, like kind of like a little pixie way back. So I'm not new to the short hair. I will say it has been an adjustment. I've really been in my like straight natural phase. There aren't any curls. The curls are non-existent, other than at my roots. The curls are non-existent. But I did originally cut the bob back in February, and then it grew out. It grew out a bit, and it was starting to kind of do that little like go upwards. I kind of had to make the decision of like, do I want to grow out? Do I want to keep it? So I did recently refresh. It actually came out a little bit shorter than I had wanted. I can still do a ponytail, but it's a struggle, and like the front pieces like barely make it to the back. But yeah, I got it refreshed about like maybe 3 weeks ago, and I just recently, well, I can't recently, but like when you work out, nothing lasts too long. I just redid it myself, but it's kind of greasy now, and from all the sweat and all that. But yeah, cut my hair, and I think I'm just gonna be short haired for a while. I love it. My birthday was on June 6th, so happy birthday to all the Geminis out there. I did turn 30 something. If you know, you know. Kind of also crazy that I'm in now like my early 30s. Crazy. Um, but yeah, my birthday just passed, and I feel like I am definitely, this year has been a year of transitions. Some necessary, some by force, not by choice. But a lot of stuff is changing, and it's taken a lot of me to lose the idea of always being in control of things, which I am taking day by day. There actually was this I think it's CoStar or something like that, like an app, and it was telling me like happy birthday, and it had this quote in there. I'm really sentimental when it comes to birthdays. There's just something about like not necessarily getting a year older, but just like wow, like I have been here for so long. I've experienced so much. I get to experience more life. That just really always makes me a little emotional and very sentimental. And I know some other people are like that too about their birthdays. But also just this idea, I've been thinking about it a lot over the past year of like there are things that I there are things that I like and things that I don't like about my life, about my situations, about my friendships, about just like everything, right? And I feel like I've gotten to a point where I got stuck, where I felt like, oh well, this is just the way it is. No, that's not true. I always have a choice. If I all of a sudden decide I want to become a lawyer, I wanted to be a doctor, I can do that. Not to say that it's going to be easy, but I can do that. If I decide I want to do content creation and make that a full-time thing, I could do that. Don't know if I would, but I could do that. If I decided I want to have short hair, I don't want to, have to manage my curls right now, I can do that. Like, you're able to pivot and change your mind as many times as you want. There is nothing wrong with that. I think we often feel like we put ourselves in a box and we don't know how to get out of it. But the reality is, like, we are here and we are going to live many, many lives. And I am hoping that I have many more years to live, but I definitely don't want to look back at things and like be in regret or think about like, what if I would have done this. I just have like a lot more free time. So I'm definitely trying to maximize on that and just pour in and tap into different creative outlets that I felt like I never had the time to do. I also know that God has great plans for me, and that nothing nothing happens for no reason. Like, there is something that's going to come out of all of these changes, and maybe it doesn't happen right now. Maybe it's a few months down the line, but I'm okay, and I'm trusting in the fact that like God has great plans for me, and not having a scarcity mindset of like, oh well, this can't happen or that can't happen. Like, no, it's going to happen. So I'm putting my trust, my faith in God, and I know that I will be fine, and He will always provide. I'm noticing that right now, the season that I'm called to be in is just to be present and to be patient, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I've been cooking a decent amount, I've been baking a lot, I've been really into sourdough lately. I've just been dilly-dallying, trying all the things. So I think I'm gonna try to like insert clips here. I've made a few loaves. Some have been hits, some have been misses, but baking is truly, sourdough specifically, has really been teaching me the importance of having patience, and being, having patience, but also like being really focused when you are doing something specific, because it is very easy to use too much water, use too much this, to do too many stretch and folds, to add too much salt, like to there's so many factors when it comes into sourdough. It is easy and you don't have to like overthink it, but you do have to really be focused when you are in the moment and you are making loaves. But I really just enjoyed it, and I do feel like I'm learning a lot through the process. I also recently completed New York City's High Rocks. I did 2 events. On May 29th, I did the women's relay, and I just did that with a few people from my F45 gym, which was like a great precursor to what was to come the following week. We each had two stations, and it was an experience. It's very much intense. High rocks is intense. Like, I see why people enjoy it, but I also see why people are terrified to do it. But the relay was a nice, like, precursor to me doing the women's doubles with a friend of mine a week after that. That was hard. It was like 90 degrees outside. Um, and it was just intense. Like, people were throwing up, people were passing out, people were getting really bad cramps. And I did have a goal in mind of like what time I wanted us to come in, but at the end of the day, it was one of those things where it was just like, as long as we complete it, I'm happy with it. But best believe this is this video will hold me accountable. I will be doing another High Rocks. When? I have no idea, but I do foresee another High Rocks in my future. Yeah, stepping into a new chapter, like getting a year older, really just gives me a new every year gives me appreciation for my body and for my mind. Those are two things that I feel like we have complete control over. And I will say the past year for me mentally has been a struggle. Like, I struggle with just like confidence. I struggle with telling myself positive things. I struggle with like never feeling like I'm good enough. And like, this is obviously very like, I'm opening up here, but it's true. I struggle a lot with those things, and this past year I've been really working on like talking to myself more positively and taking care of my body, which working out has played a huge part for me in just like feeling strong, feeling capable, pushing myself beyond what I ever thought I could. So doing the High Rocks was something that I wanted to do as like a birthday gift to myself of like, push yourself, AJ. You can do hard things. Your body is so capable. Um, Testing like your mental and physical endurance, because I will say all throughout that race, like, if you did not speak to yourself positively or uplift yourself, like, it was only going to keep going downhill. It was going to feel never ending. That race could have felt like never ending. But like, I was so proud of myself to just be able to say like, you can do hard things, like you can finish this, like it is your own race, it is your own race. Anything you tell your body to do, like it can do it. You train for this, like you prepared yourself for it. And so it was just one of those things that I felt like I really put my all into, to a degree. Some of the training I could have did better, but it was just one of those things that like I felt like I really wanted to just like challenge myself. So I'm really proud of myself for getting out of my comfort zone and for completing it. Before I ramble any more than I already have, I would like to know things that you all would like to see from me. Please write it down in the comments. Like, I'm happy to be back, and I hope that this is a video that holds me accountable to coming back, to putting things out there. I will be testing things out, so bear with me. But I'd love to know what you all are looking forward to seeing and hearing from me. I want to record more out in public. That is very much out of my comfort zone. But maybe that's something else, like taking you all with me to the park or to coffee shops. I have been doing a lot of coffee too. So you definitely would get some coffee content from me. That is something that I've really been enjoying. If you stuck along this far, I appreciate you. And again, hold me accountable, whether it's you telling me on Instagram, remember to post on YouTube, or DMing me or commenting like, I want to be on YouTube more and to do more on YouTube. So thank you for sticking along for this far. Again, I'm so happy to be back, and